Guys, welcome to Keeping It Neil. Let's do some academic gaming today. Alright guys, so today we're going to start with a really fun word. We're going to start with, say, diegetic. That's a good place to start this. That's a good place to build this argument. So, what is diegetic? Diegetic is anything that is within the realm of a world that a character can engage with. It's two characters talking to each other. It is the sounds, actions, and everything in that world that they can see, hear, engage, and interact with. Now, there is an alternative to this that is known as non-diegetic. Now, non-diegetic is anything added to that in which the characters can't engage with. So we use film as a good place to show an example of this, which is camera angle, soundtrack, editing, color gradients, anything that's added to the world that the characters cannot engage with, do not acknowledge, and for the most part, it's there for the viewer. So to give an example of what is diegetic and non-diegetic, I'm going to use this video and just do something that has both elements in it. Keep an eye out, take notes, and let's see if we're both right.
This my shit. All the girls stomp your feet like this. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. Cause ain't no holler back, girl. Ain't no holler back, girl. Few times I've been around that track, so it's not just gonna happen like that. Cause ain't no holler back, girl. Ain't no holler back, girl.
So now that you can't get that out of your head, let's analyze. What was diegetic about that? Well, there was 4 main diegetic parts of that. First part was the smoking of the cigarette, the drink, the sound of me opening it, and me pondering my existence in a meaningless universe after deciding whether or not did I kill God after I questioned my existence. Now, the 3 main non-diegetic aspects of that were obviously the Gwen Stefani, the angle in which I have the camera placed at me. You are only seeing the upper portion of my room, and you're only seeing one angle of what is actually happening in here. And the third part is the lighting. Not as obvious you think, but it is artificial, since I am doing something to alter it. Notice, this is what the natural lighting looks like. Now you're probably asking yourself, how does this have anything to do with video games? Well, a lot. Now, there's a major difference between video games and, say, film and written word and digital narrative as a whole and digital born text. The idea that you control your character as what you want them to do. Because this is happening in the world, you're not so much breaking the fourth wall as you have a means to affect the world through the fourth wall. So, with having that, let's look at a video game, let's look at what makes it diegetic and non-diegetic, and let's maybe talk about some other games. Alright guys, we're going to play some Super Mario World. Nice and simple, 2D. Take a good look at what's going on, and let's enjoy. And now that we've done that, let's take it back to the bedroom. Okay, now that we've seen that, I'm going to go over just a few of the diegetic and non-diegetic things. I mean, this is no way everything that's in there, and there's a very good chance I'm missing a few things. So to start, the diegetic things that were in there was Mario's engagement with Yoshi, the factor that he was fighting the enemies, the fact that in the beginning, there was the part where I messed up and Mario went from Super Mario to Mario. That is diegetic. And just the overall, how did he overcome everything? All of that is diegetic. Everything that happened within the realm of the world, regardless of whether or not Mario did it or not. As his agency, he enacted mine. I had a direct line in determining what the story told. That is the interesting thing of games, is that those factors gives it a very significant edge and difference over things such as a digital-born text. Because in a digital-born text, you aren't exhibiting that form of control. You are still going through what the author wants. So even though a game designer will sit there and have a right way to go through a level, if you are able to overcome everything in any way that you want, that's all part of the story and part of the narrative and part of the diegetic. So now that we have gone from that, what were the non-diegetic things in this? Well, the overlay, the factor that there was things at the top of the screen that Mario can't see. There was the life bar. You know, he had 9 lives at that point, and he doesn't know that. He just dies and comes back. It's just one of those weird, dissonant things that happens within the narrative. But there's some other things that were in there. The flash animations from when he jumped on enemies that didn't die in the first hit. Point counters. Those things are non-diegetic. They're added to it for our engagement to help us further what we want out of it. So, saying that, let's think of this. Gonna give y'all a little bit of homework, and well, this is a good place to stop. So, now that we have all this, why does gameplay being diegetic mean so much to games as an art form? How can understanding the diegetic in games help us to grasp what games can do overall? How does understanding this contribute to storytelling in our games? And what are games that we could think of that understand this, but at the same time don't subvert it? So, I'm going to leave y'all with that. I'll see y'all in the next episode. And remember, I keep it Neil.